is there any chance these 2 days during the European Council that the German Chancellor acts against the Bulgarian blockage to start negotiations between Macedonia and EU?
Stravo. The agenda for the summit is very packed. We have the climate target for 2030. We have the internal security. We have the Corona crisis and the relationship to UK, the Brexit, and the relationship to Turkey. But on the sidelines, I think it's possible that the Bulgarian veto to the start of accessions talks with North Macedonia too. I think that the problems on the veto of Polish and Hungarian to the budget just recently and the problems with Brexit can be prepared by the diplomatics offstage, and therefore I think it's possible that this issue will be discussed. I think so.
What the German government and Chancellor Merkel did in this 6 months presidency in defense of the Copenhagen criteria for Macedonia to get a date for first intergovernmental conference this year?
Also the answer must be given by the government. I'm a parliamentarian, but I know that Michael Roth, our Minister for European Affairs, together with the German Federal Foreign Office, does everything he can to reach an agreement between North Macedonia and Bulgaria.
How do you assess and judge the requests from Sofia? Do you consider that they are behaving in European way, spirit of friendship at all?
All European member states, including Bulgaria, agreed to start accession talks in March 2020. Against this background, Bulgarian vetoes come rather late. It's the first time that on the last meters an EU member tries to block accession talks, especially with a neighbor. My impression is that there aren't many people in Germany or in the EU who have sympathy for Bulgarian's move. Demanding North Macedonia to acknowledge that Macedonia's language and culture are of Bulgarian origin is not acceptable. In my review, rewriting history is not a good idea. Therefore, I think that these bilateral disputes must be resolved bilaterally. There should not interface into the EU accessions. Bulgaria must do a step back.
Minister Roth said that work will be done during even at the Portuguese presidency, but Sofia at this stage does not give in. According to them, there is no Macedonian nation and language. What more can be done to open the European door?
I think Bulgaria isolates itself. Many governments, I think Bulgaria must start, I think Bulgaria must start accession talks, and the country risks in the region many problems. That's careless. The EU motto is united in diversity. It means Europeans are united to work together for peace and prosperity, but they are different in culture, traditions, and language. That's a great positive asset for the continent. Bulgarians has to think better in this way.
MBAs from European Parliament are reacting, but EPP is amazingly silent with Borisov, one member. Will the Social Democrats take certain initiatives, steps maybe, about this issue?
Yes. The Social Democrats have always supported and keep on supporting the enlargement process of the Western Balkan. Everyone hopes that a fair dialogue between Bulgaria and North Macedonia will be resolved to the benefit of both countries. Everything else would be a huge disappointment.
Will the Bundestag send some kind of signal message or maybe a resolution in defense of basic human rights and self-determination in the 21st century?
Well, at the end of 2019, the German Bundestag recommended to start accession talks with North Macedonia and Albania as soon as all criteria are fulfilled. Thereafter, in March 2020, all EU member states, including Bulgaria, agreed to start accession talks. With this and further steps should be taken on the European level.
What should, according to you, Macedonian government and diplomacy should do in the next period?
I think Prime Minister Zoran Zaev does a very good job. Everyone sees that he and his government are working to find a compromise. Mr. Zaev hasn't stopped talking with the Bulgarian colleagues and make several offers. I think it's up to Bulgarian to climb down from their demands and to move towards the North Macedonia government and people in order to start accession talks and the accession process in January next year.
Do you think that Bulgaria will step back in the next period, maybe?
I hope it. I hope it's so, and it would be better for all people in the region. And it's a great task for the German politics, especially the Social Democrats politics, that the people of the Western Balkan come to the European Union as soon as possible.